you deserve compensation? Listen up, because we have legal professionals standing by right now to answer your questions for free. You can find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. The call is free. The consultation is free. And you can speak with a live agent right now. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident of any kind, call now to find out if you have a case and how much you could potentially get.
Thanks, Vernon. You heard it, folks. If you've been injured, call and find out how much you qualify for. Call 800-863-1010. That's 800-863-1010. 800-863-1010. Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states. Not available in California.
Hey there, campers! It's Jan from Toyota. Time to pack your bags and buckle your seatbelts because this summer we're headed to Camp Toyota. And the fun starts now! We're kicking things off by kicking up mud. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a powerful new 4Runner. Next, we're taking a RAV4 to go fly fishing. Then we're heading to the hot springs in a spacious Sequoia.
Jan, what is that smell?
Sulfur stinks. Now we're hitting the hiking trails in a rugged Grand Highlander. And finally, park your Tundras and Tacomas around the campfire because we're roasting marshmallows. Don't worry if you burn a few, folks. I brought a truckload. Your summer starts here.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
If you're a pro, you know you need paint and primer fast. And the Home Depot has you covered with same-day or next-day deliveries so you can stay on site and on schedule. Get high-quality Behr paints and Kills primers delivered right to your job site. And with the Home Depot app, reordering is faster than ever. Just pick your paint, track your order, and get your go-to color in no time. No delays, no extra trips, just the paint and primer you need when you need it. The Home Depot, how pros get more done. Limitations may apply, not available in all markets. See store for details.
Try the turkey, bacon, and avocado at Port of Subs. Fresh, craveable, and loaded with flavor. Order now at portofsubs.com.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
The KDUS AM 1060 app is brought to you by Law Bear Auto Accident Attorneys. Hurry to lawbear.com.
That's lawbear.com. The bear has your back.
It's the lunch break.
That's right. It is the Monday edition of the program. Hope you all had a great weekend. Chris Schubert, producer Evan on the other side of the glass. We've got you for the next 2 hours here on KDUS AM 1060. Producer Evan, a good weekend, yes?
Good weekend. Very good weekend.
You were telling me in the morning meeting today that apparently on Friday started AZ Restaurants Week.
Yes.
So you are...
I'm big on AZ Restaurant Week.
Your tour of different restaurants began over the weekend, and I think it'll continue this week.
Yes. Yeah, so probably going to go out tomorrow. Maybe, today we got some game sevens in hockey.
Yes.
We got a game one in the NBA.
Yes.
Going to sit down, probably watch those. But tomorrow, maybe I sneak out, see another restaurant.
Okay.
Eat some great deals. Over 200 restaurants.
You were sharing pictures with me in the pre-show.
Yes.
We were getting nothing actually done this morning other than you're like, oh, I had this. Oh, and then I had this. Oh, and then there was this. And it was just.
Well, I wanted to show you, it was a tapas style restaurant. So a lot of food.
A lot of food. So, happy that you had a good weekend. I hope everybody out there had a good weekend. It was certainly a good weekend for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They started, as we previewed on Friday, a 13-game stretch that we think defines their season. And all things considered, went pretty well over the weekend.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
It was a series win against the Colorado Rockies. 2-1 so far on this 13-game. What are we calling this? This 13-game stretch?
Opportunity,
perhaps. 2-1 so far. We said 9-4, the bare minimum you have to go. You play the Rockies, you play the Giants, you play the Rockies, and then you play the Giants again. That's what the next 13 games involve for the Arizona Diamondbacks. It is a 2-1 start. 2 down, 7 to go. And they did it probably in the way that you needed them to do it over the weekend. Because if we came in here today and it was, yeah, they won 2 out of 3, but they won these games 4-3, 2-1. It was a sluggish weekend for the Bats. Yeah, you won. Yeah, you got this stretch off to a good start, but you would still have the same concerns about the Bats. You would still have the same concerns about the offense. You got 19 runs in 3 games over the weekend from the Diamondbacks. You got 9 runs in the 9-1 win on Friday. And you got 8 runs yesterday in the 8-6 win to close out the series. 17 runs in the 2 games that they won. They went to Coors. They went to an offensive player's paradise. And they did exactly what you wanted to see them do. Corbin Carroll with a huge day yesterday. The 2 home runs. Twice in this series, they scored at least 8 runs. So not only can you celebrate that they went to Coors, they won another series, they took 2 out of 3. But you can also celebrate today that the offense looked better. Now, it's Coors. You have to put that disclaimer out there that just because they scored 19 runs in 3 games in Coors doesn't mean that tonight when they start a series against San Francisco that they're just going to carry all of that and it'll be more of the same here in these next 3 days. But you're supposed to go to Coors. You're supposed to put up crooked numbers. That is exactly what they did. And they started off this streak. They started off this stretch, I should say. This 13-game stretch. Exactly the way they needed to. Sure, a sweep would have been great. Would have been nice to be 3-0. But 9-4, 10-3 is what we said the floor should be. They've gotten 2 of those wins all ready to go. They're going to face the Rockies again. You feel good about their ability to compete with those teams. Great weekend. Just a great weekend for this team.
Yeah, just a really positive sign weekend. And I know everybody's going to be saying, oh, maybe they should have gotten a sweep. The numbers on the Rockies avoiding sweeps in Colorado is absurd. They don't get swept at Coors Field.
Well, you would think it's hard to be a opposing team.
Go into the altitude.
To go to the altitude and not necessarily worry offensively, but to get 3 consecutive days of the pitching that you need to finish off a sweep, right? That to me is where it's actually hard to go up there and sweep because sure, for 1 day, can I put the pitching together? Probably. For 2 days, can I put the pitching together? Probably. But to do it 3 straight days, to have all of your bullpen arms firing on all cylinders every time out at altitude, yeah, I'm not surprised that Colorado was pretty good at avoiding getting swept for that reason alone.
But I mean, before the 8th inning yesterday, the team gave up a combined 7 runs in 18 and 25 innings.
Right, pretty good.
In Coors Field. Right, that's pretty good. You got a lot of help from your starters this week or this weekend, and you took 2 or 3. And I do have to say, the conversation of moving Brandon Pfaadt back to the rotation, it's over.
I don't think we're going to have that conversation.
That one, over. But they did win the game. And very positive sign, Paul Sewald. No problems in the ninth.
I think I had to take a note about him having
2 saves.
I think I said 2 saves.
We can do it.
I did not get 2 saves. I got 1 save because they won 9-1 on Friday. So I didn't.
All right. Do you want to just do this now?
Sure. If it's related to the Diamondbacks, let's.
Paul Sewald will have 2 saves this weekend.
That's an L, but you know what? I don't.
The idea was there.
Hold on. I don't feel bad about it.
Yep.
I don't feel bad about making that proclamation at all because again, he had 1 opportunity over the weekend, and he shut the door.
Correct.
So I would do it again.
And my other one was D-backs will sweep the Rockies. So that is wrong. So the only ones we have back left from last week, Carson Beck will be the starter by week 5. That one's mine. Cards will have 2 winnable games in the month 1.
You could just, that's an L. You can just make that one an L now.
So with thought like it was going to turn your take a note around.
I am right back into the now there are accusations out there that I may be tanking to take a note to have a good pick. Those accusations couldn't be further from the truth.
Should we do that?
I'm
Should
trying.
we do whoever's losing and take a note gets the first pick of the draft?
Maybe, but I would be getting it every week now at this point.
Yes, it would take a generational losing run for me.
I am.
And again, all of mine are so far out. I should have picked ones.
Right. I'm eating up some L's right now, but there may be some losses coming at the back part of the schedule.
I mean, like I could get crushed in the back half.
Right. If I can hit on some in like October and November, that's where I'll get you. I'm playing the long game. I'm playing
ASU basketball. You need Corbin Carroll.
That's right. I'm playing the long game here. You just got to hope that you trip up here with some of these longer term predictions that you have. But yeah, Paul Sewald got a save over the weekend. You feel good about that. A bounce back performance from him. Corbin Carroll, as we mentioned, the 2 homers yesterday. The power being there for him is huge. And overall, you're supposed to go to Coors and put up crooked numbers. You went to Coors and put up crooked numbers. Mission accomplished, right? Job well done. Now, scoring 17 runs in Coors does not mean you're going to come back and play the Giants and score 17 runs in this series, but you did what you were supposed to do, and hopefully that serves as some momentum for the bats, right? Lourdes Gurriel picked up his first home run of the season over the weekend. You're hoping that gets him started. You're hoping Corbin Carroll can take the 2 home runs he had over the weekend, and that launches him back to where he was at the start of the season. You're hoping that by going to Coors, we called it a get-right opportunity for the bats, and it was. They did what they were supposed to do. You're just hoping that momentum-wise, mental game-wise, confidence-wise, that series came at the perfect time for this team, and it unlocks some of these guys like Corbin Carroll, like Lourdes Gurriel, to keep going and be the strength of this team that they're going to need to be. They need more from the offense. They got it over the weekend. It led to a couple of wins.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, you can't expect these 17 runs in 3 games to carry over. What you can expect, though, is for it to build confidence.
Yes.
And I think the one thing that, we look at and say they've been struggling in is in that core 4. You had Carroll hit the 2 homers. Perdomo picked up a hit in every game this weekend, right? Lourdes Gurriel, not part of that, but he hits his first homer. He's going to be a catalyst for this offense. So you saw 3 guys have really good signs that you need. It's about not only did the offense look good, but I saw 3 guys that I need to be better this weekend and start to come out of that shell a little. And I feel way better because it was those 3 guys. You weren't getting contributions from Jorge Barrosa or, guys that fill a role on this team for sure, but aren't that core part of the lineup that you're going to need every day and you can't take out.
Yeah, if this is going to turn around, and the Diamondbacks sit now at 22-23 after the win yesterday, if this is going to flip and they're going to be above 500 and they're going to be in this wild card race, it's ultimately going to be because Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, Geraldo Perdomo, and Gabby Moreno, those 4 guys carry the burden, right? And you get contributions from Arenado. You get contributions from Ryan Waldschmidt. You get contributions from Lourdes Gurriel. They are the side to the main dish, right? They're not the main dish. If they're the main dish, that's a problem. The kitchen ran out of something, right? That's an issue. It's got to be those 4 guys. And perhaps this weekend, in the case of Corbin Carroll, perhaps this weekend, in terms of the offense as a whole, is what gets them back on track. Because the talent is there. This isn't a team that is, got a ton of injuries and these guys aren't available. They're there. They're in the lineup every day.
They're not void of talent.
No.
Like, this is not a team that has a lack of offense and took certain chances with the top of their lineup. Now, we thought the top of their lineup would be rival anybody in baseball. That front 4, Lourdes making it 5, you thought they could rival anybody in baseball. They haven't done it so far, period.
No, they haven't. And they're going to need to. And that's what we want to see during this 13-game stretch. And they started it about as well as you could have. Because, I was kind of dreading the idea of coming in here and talking about them losing a series in Colorado and starting off this 13-game stretch.
I got nervous in the 8th.
1-2, right? Like, you're sitting there thinking to yourself, man, like we talked up how important this stretch was. And yeah, there would still be 10 games to go, and there still are 10 games to go in this stretch. But if they start at 1-2, it would be like, okay, yeah, they're going to tell us who they are as a baseball team, and it's not the answer we want.
And the way we looked at these is 4 series. You're off to the track that we thought you needed to be at. You have 1 4-game in there that makes it the 13 games instead of the 12. We said you needed to go 9-4. You can lose a game in every series. If you get a sweep, you're then ahead of schedule. You look at that as a positive. So you take 2 of 3 in Colorado. It's incredibly hard to sweep there. You now come home to play the Giants, who, not going to sugarcoat it, they've been playing better baseball as of late. Right. And the ball's in the hands of Zac Gallen tonight.
They're still not a great team, but they are playing better baseball right now.
Correct.
And this 7-game homestand that starts tonight, 3 against San Francisco and then 4 against the Colorado team that you just faced, you got to continue to stay after it, right? I mean, they need 7 more wins to get to the number that we said would make this a successful trip, a successful stretch, and at least make us feel like they're in this. They're in for the fight. They have the group. They put it together. They beat the teams they're supposed to beat, and they're in the mix. Not going to say they're a strong favorite, but they're in the mix, and that's all we could ask for this season. They got it started with a great series win in Colorado. They start a series against San Francisco tonight. We'll preview that a little bit in hour number 2 of the show. My week's not off to a good start.
Why is that?
I didn't print the rundown. I usually have my paper copy of the rundown here.
You didn't print it?
I have it up here on my computer.
No, I know you have it.
So I've got the teases that I wrote for the show. But usually I have it here and I cross stuff off. Sometimes, like, if you say something, I'll jot something down.
We'll get it printed.
That's probably what I'm going to do during the break. But I've got the tease. Don't worry. I'll let you know exactly what's coming up on the other side. Your phone calls, always welcome here on the show. 480-864-1060. That is your way to get in contact with us. You can also chat away with us, the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. It's where you can watch the lunch break as well. When we come back, is there too much pressure being put on 2 members of the Suns roster? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Was Kevin Durant out because it is a 7-game series and we could afford to lose a game? Maybe. I was surprised to see him on the bench. Everyone was surprised. The odds makers were surprised. Who knew that the Houston Rockets without Durant can't find someone to make a bucket? You know, Sengun's a very good player, and in years past, he might have been the guy to try and carry the load, but it didn't look good at all for the Rockets without KD.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m.
This ain't pop. This ain't pretty. This is Southern hospitality. The Black Crows, Whiskey Myers, blues-soaked guitars, outlaw swagger. Rock and roll the way it was meant to be. Loud, raw, and real. The Southern Hospitality Tour. The Black Crows. Whiskey Myers. Saturday, August 15th. Mortgage Matchup Center. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When I scraped my car in that parking garage, I was worried that it could be a long process to take care of it. Like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I have definitely already been here. Now, was it left, right, or right, left? Well, maybe I'll cut a path out and find my way back later.
But it wasn't like that. I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the Geico app, and they handled it from there. It was taken care of almost as quickly as it happened.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
Get ready for summer with exciting styles and savings during the Living Spaces Memorial Day event. Upgrade your home from the inside out and discover light and breezy designs for your living room, inviting sets for your dining room, and dream options for your bedroom. Plus, make your backyard a vacation with our outdoor collection. Get special financing for 60 months on any purchase with your good credit and enjoy free shipping as soon as next day. Shop the Memorial Day event and save only at Living Spaces.
Living Spaces.
While the world watches the stars hit the FIFA World Cup, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent. The future stars who are already turning heads at age 14 because next doesn't wait for an invitation, and neither do we. Hyundai has always moved the future within reach. We did it when we made advanced safety standard on every vehicle and engineered EVs with ultra-fast charging capability, and we are still doing it every day because the future isn't some far-off concept. It's already here. Next starts now. Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
O'Reilly. Restore your tires shine and protect them from sun fading at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Save $2 when you buy 2 cans of Superior Products Coverall tire dressing. Plus receive 4 times O Rewards points. Coverall stays where it's sprayed and delivers a long-lasting shine. Stop by your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Decision with Precision Air.
Hello, everybody. Eric Bryan, owner of Precision Air and Plumbing. You guys know me. I'm always excited to talk to you about your AC unit, but I'm even more excited to bring back our best deal of the year. For a limited time, we're going to give you 50% off a new AC unit. That's right, half off a new AC unit purchase. And you know, with Precision, you're not just getting a great price, you're getting it installed the right way by the #1 ranked AC company in the state. Now, everybody knows that summer's just around the corner, so we're giving those in the market for a new AC unit one last chance before demand and prices go up. So get ahead of all that, and we'll make it even easier. We'll give you the best financing options in the market, 5 years, no interest, so you can lock in those savings right away. Call Precision Air and Plumbing today for 50% off a new AC unit. Make the precision decision. Call 602-FIX-MY-AC or go online at precisionairandplumbing.com.
Decision with Precision Air.
When I scraped my car in that parking garage, I was worried that it could be a long process to take care of it. Like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I have definitely already been here. Now, was it left, right, or right, left? Well, maybe I'll cut a path out and find my way back later.
But it wasn't like that. I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the Geico app, and they handled it from there. It was taken care of almost as quickly as it happened.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
When I was a kid, my dream wasn't a mansion. It wasn't a yacht. It was a 250cc Kawasaki dirt bike sitting in the garage. That garage and that bike represented freedom. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello. At A1 Garage Door Service, we know your garage holds more than tools. It holds dreams. From repairs to upgrades, call A1 Garage Door Service today or schedule online at a1garage.com.
A1 from day one.
ASU baseball begins their run in the Big 12 baseball tournament presented by Allstate right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sun Devils this Thursday night as they take on Cincinnati. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live from Surprise Stadium in Surprise. It's ASU versus Cincinnati this Thursday night. Pregame at 7:45 p.m. and first pitch at 8 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUSNC.com and the KDUS app.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060, Chris Schubert. Producer Evan hanging out with you here on the program. We have our recap of the weekend, how we did with our weekend winners coming up here in just a little bit. This is one that producer Evan put on the radar. He shared a story with me this morning that was a ESPN breakdown. It was their NBA offseason guides for all of the eliminated teams. And it gets updated as the postseason, rolls on and teams are in there. And the Suns are in there, obviously. And when you read the Suns' little section of this story, It talks about their free agents, right? Colin Gillespie is listed, Mark Williams, Jordan Goodwin, all the names that we've been mentioning here on the show, right? Then it goes through the state of the roster. It goes through what their finances look like. It goes through what their priorities should be. It goes through some extension candidates. It talks about their team needs. And it finishes off by giving you their future draft assets. None of that, when you read this story, if you listen to this program every day, none of it will be all that shocking to you. Because it is all the things that we have mentioned, mainly because they're the obvious things. Everybody knows the Suns right now have a financial mess they are trying to untangle. Everybody knows they don't control their draft pick for a really long time. The Suns don't control their own first-round pick in 6 of the next 7 seasons. You know that because we've mentioned the draft pick situation for the Suns on this program many a time. We know the key free agents for this team because we've spent days on this show debating who's going to be the priority. Should it be Colin Gillespie? Should it be Mark Williams? Are they going to trade Grayson Allen? Are they going to trade Royce O'Neal? Everything that this story points out is stuff we've already talked about. But they presented something in a way that made a new question pop into my head this morning when producer Evan brought this up. Because under the team needs section, this is what Bobby Marks writes, quote, the Suns are hoping for rookies Malawach and Rasheer Fleming to develop into consistent rotational players, end quote. Then he goes on to talk about the stats that those two had during the season. Just want to read that to you one more time. Quote, the Suns are hoping for rookies Kaman Malawach and Rasheer Fleming to develop into consistent rotational players, end quote. Now, that's not new, right? I mean, producer Evan, that's not new. That we've said, hey, those guys are going to take on bigger roles next season.
We knew naturally those guys were going to have to be better, take on bigger roles.
And we know that we want Rasheer Fleming in particular to take on a bigger role. We were hoping for that towards the end of the season and into the playoffs.
Correct.
So, again, this is in line with the entire rest of this story. It's all stuff we already knew. It's all stuff that we already kind of thought going into this offseason. But there's something about the way that it was written and using the term hope, hoping for, that put a thought in my brain that I hadn't really considered until today. Are the Suns putting too much pressure on Kaman Malawach and Rasheer Fleming for next season? If they just prioritize, we're going to bring back Jordan Goodwin. We're going to bring back Colin Gillespie. Maybe we'll pull a sign and trade for Mark Williams. So Oso Ighodaro and Kaman Malawach will be our 2 starting centers. We're going to trade away Royce O'Neal. That's going to be where Rasheer Fleming gets his minutes from. And that's the group that we're going to run out there. We're going to add somebody with the 47th pick in the draft. We'll use some of the mid-level exemptions, some of the tools in our toolbox to add some pieces to the roster. But mainly, we're betting on health. We're bringing back the guys that provide the energy in Gillespie and Goodwin, and we're elevating our top 2 draft picks from last year into more prominent roles. Is that putting too much on their plate? Is that putting too much pressure on Kaman Malawach, who at the end of the season was 19 years old? Rasheer Fleming, who played not a whole lot. Before the All-Star break, he played 7 minutes a game. Now, by the time the season was over, it was up to, 18.6. So we got more Rasheer Fleming, but now you're probably looking for an even bigger jump to being a guy that's in the 20s. If you're going to remove Royce O'Neal and give those minutes, at least some of them, to Rasheer Fleming, are you now putting all your eggs into this basket? And is it the right basket to put your eggs into? That's the thought that popped into my head today. First time in this entire offseason in saying, hey, play Kaman Malawach more. Hey, Rasheer Fleming needs a more important role. For the first time, I kind of hit the brakes this morning. And I thought to myself, is that too much to put on them? I want them to do more. But are you asking too much of them in year 2?
and I kind of brought this up to you. I think it's an interesting conversation. They're putting all this pressure on Kaman Malawach and Rasheer Fleming. And, you and I have talked about this team building on the momentum they received from winning 45 games. The national media, from the things you read around the league, from media sources like ESPN or like, The Ringer, The Athletic, whoever it may be, says the Suns need to wait this thing out.
And by the way, this would be them waiting it out.
Correct.
The way this is mapped out is
waiting
patience.
it out. This is letting your young guys grow, having them be a part of the team, seeing if you have something in Rasheer Fleming, seeing if you really have something in Kaman Malawach, and those guys can be part of a winning team in 4 years. This is that belief played out, written out for you.
And I'm not saying that I'm against this, right? I want those two guys to see more minutes next season. And I think it will inherently make the Suns a better team the more that Rasheer Fleming sees the floor. The impact that he had defensively, because he has the size that the rest of the team doesn't really have,
is massive.
It's massive. Kamal Malawach is very lengthy. He's very tall. He provides something that you don't really have along the rest of the roster. So I'm not pushing back on the idea of them being involved more. I'm just wondering, is it a risky gamble that the Suns are making here? Now, I don't know what the pivot plan would be because of the financial situation that we've brought up. So this is kind of the way they're going to do it. But for the first time, I just wondered, boy, are they putting too much pressure on them?
Does the pressure elevate because they were good last year?
Yes, of course it does.
Like if they had won 30 games. And now you're asking Rasheer Fleming to play more. Now you're asking Kaman Malawach to play more. That pressure's not there.
Here's why I'm bringing this up today after you brought up the story and the thought popped into my head. If they won 35 games this past year, and you decided, all right, we gave that a little bit of a run. We're going to play the young guys. We saw really good flashes from them at the end of the season. We're going to elevate them into more important roles.
Yeah.
You won 35 games last year. Let's try something different, right?
Correct.
You won 45 games. And there's this thought of, hey, we're not Oklahoma City or San Antonio good.
But we are good.
But we can be in the playoffs every year. And if a break goes our way here or there, we get the right matchup in the first round, all of a sudden we're winning. We're playing more playoff home games. We're bringing in more playoff revenue. We might be able to speed this thing up a little bit. Playoff experience is huge. It's massive. Can you imagine the development you can get from this team the more playoff games you play with them? So there's value in that. And so if they go from winning 45 games this past year and making the postseason to winning 42 games, being the 10 seed and getting knocked out in the play-in, to many, that would be viewed as a step backwards, right? That's how it's going to be viewed.
100%.
And if it's because you ask these young players to do more, and there's growing pains, and there will be growing pains. There were last year. There will be next year. Is that something that everybody, all you have to do is set the expectations from the beginning, right? And to be fair, the Suns have told us continuity is really important to them this summer. They believe in this group. They believe in time in the system. They believe in getting healthy. They believe in we don't have to do a whole lot. This group was really successful despite a laundry list of things not going their way. So they've laid the expectations out there. I think it's up to us to kind of recalibrate a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. The one word that we always say, continuity, they just kept saying through and through, time and time again. And they weren't telling you they're out here looking for a star to bring this team to the next level. Don't expect that. And they're, for the first time now, under the luxury tax. Do I think they'll stay under the luxury tax? Probably not. Do I think they're going to try their best to stay under the first apron? I do. I really do.
Because they are staying the course. And the course means more Rasheer Fleming, more Kaman Malawach. And I think the team is okay with the pressure that puts on them. I think they're accepting of that being one of the outcomes.
And I think that they know that they need answers on these guys.
Well, and you also saw enough from them at the end of last year to think that they actually are part of the answer.
Correct.
This isn't a rookie that we drafted in the second round that played 3 games at the end of the season, and now we're going to try to sell you in the summer that this is the next big thing. No, you saw enough from Rasheer Fleming last year to go, oh, a full season of that, and they're a different basketball team.
And you saw it and you think, right? You need to know.
Right.
At the end of this year, you need to know if Malawach is a piece, if Fleming is as good as we think he could be. So you need answers.
And the way you do that is by playing them.
Then you play, period.
So
the same conversation we're having about Carson Beck, right? Like,
the pressure,
you just need to play.
The pressure is kind of invited, I think.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more.
480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also chat away with us, the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. For the first time in his career, it was a complete game. Is it safe to say that Merrill Kelly's back? That's next, the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RT O'Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RT O'Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTO'Sullivans.com for a location near you.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-million. Just call Sweet James, your accident attorneys.
Hurt in a crash? Call the attorney at Sweet James, 800-9-million, and sweetjames.com.
Somber presents You Are the Reason Tour. Fresh from selling out shows all around the world. See Somber live in Glendale. Desert Diamond Arena, October 14th, with special guests Tom Odell and The Help. Get tickets now at sombermusic.com.
Meineke's highly skilled and certified technicians always treat your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care using the best state-of-the-art equipment. You can always depend on Meineke to do the job right and get you back on the road in no time. Save time and schedule an appointment now. Visit Meineke.com today. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
Megan's grandfather bought his first Ranger here. Her dad bought his first F-150 here, and she just drove off the lot in a new Ford Expedition for her family. 3 generations, all choosing Sanderson Ford. Visit Sanderson during their anniversary sale and see why. Right now, purchase any new Ford and get a $500 Circle K fuel card on Sanderson. We have your first 5 tanks covered. When you're in the market for a new vehicle, choose the dealership families have been trusting for over 70 years. Choose Sanderson Ford. Not valid on fleet or AXZ or D-Plan purchases. Offer expires 5/31/26.
When I was a kid, my dream wasn't a mansion. It wasn't a yacht. It was a 250cc Kawasaki dirt bike sitting in the garage. That garage and that bike represented freedom. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello. At A1 Garage Door Service, we know your garage holds more than tools. It holds dreams. From repairs to upgrades, call A1 Garage Door Service today or schedule online at a1garage.com.
A1 from day one.
At Banner Health, we don't wait for the future. We build it. We're finding new ways to treat cancer with our own immune systems. We're among the first to treat Parkinson's with a patient's own cells. And we're a world leader in artificial heart implantation, all while training over 1,300 doctors every year. It's no small work. But to us, it's just another Banner day. Banner Health.
During the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event at Mark Kia, receive 0% APR for up to 72 months on the 2025 Kia EV6, plus $3,500 dealer bonus cash.
The name to remember, Mark Kia. Mark Kia. Offer expires June 1st, 2026.
Drivers, start your engine!
The NTT IndyCar Series is back at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500.
White flag is in the hands of Aaron Lycan. Alex Below sweeps underneath that white flag and darts his way into turn number 1.
Erickson, though, charging into the shorts.
Now, stay tuned for the greatest spectacle in racing. Live Sunday, May 24th.
Starting at 8 a.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and the KDUS app.
Producer Evan, do you mind if I have some fun at your expense here? You're okay with that?
Of course.
So we want to talk about Merrill Kelly throwing his first career complete game on Friday.
Correct.
By the way, to throw a complete game and allow just one earned run in Colorado is pretty impressive just on its own.
Correct.
But I do want to read, because we have a little section in our show prep where we just write down different things that we maybe want to get to, right? Can I just read what you wrote about Merrill Kelly here?
Yeah. What did I write?
You said, how good of a sign is a Kelly complete game? Well, I would say a complete game is pretty good.
Well,
I would say that throwing a complete game is a good sign that he's pitching a lot better.
Correct. But my point being, he threw it in Colorado.
That's the takeaway, right? The takeaway is where he threw it. To do that at altitude, and for that to be the first time he's ever thrown a complete game was very impressive. And oh, by the way, now that's 2 outings in a row where he's looked really good.
Yeah. No, undoubtedly, in the month of May, we're talking about a guy who's now posted a 3.54 ERA.
And
at Colorado, goes to 9 innings, just the 1 run. Versus the Mets, he has the 7 innings, 1 run, just the 3 hits allowed. So we're talking about 16 innings in his last 2 starts. He's given up 2 runs.
Give me the May ERA again.
A 3.54 ERA in the month of May. That's including a start at Chicago where he threw 4 1/3, gave up 8 hits, 6 earned runs.
That's the Merrill Kelly you signed up for. That's the Merrill Kelly that you signed to the 2-year deal in the offseason. The 3.55 ERA Merrill Kelly is the guy that you thought you were getting when you signed him.
100%.
And that's the guy that you should get the rest of the way now that 2 things have occurred. He's healthy, and he's had his spring training. He had it. We just had to deal with it occurring during very
regular
season games.
But
he's now had his spring training, and the last 2 starts, he's looked like the guy you thought you were going to get at the beginning of the year. And now I think we're off to the races.
And now noted, they're in May. We're talking about a guy who's just 6 starts into this, his season. And we were questioning kind of the whole way, like, at what point do they kind of take the leash off Merrill Kelly and say, let him go deeper into games? And you didn't see that. You didn't get that opportunity because he was kind of getting rocked.
Well, you got it on Friday.
And you got it on Friday, and you got it at home against the Mets, and you saw him go 7 in that one. You saw him go 9 on Friday. So you're not worried about them pulling him in the 5th, in the 6th, because we knew length was going to be a huge point for this rotation.
I mean, Friday might have been the best game the Diamondbacks have played start to finish all season, right?
100 wire to wire, best game they've played all year.
And because you checked every box. You scored the 9 runs. Merrill Kelly was great. You got to give your bullpen a much-needed day off because you've been overworking them because you've played a ton of close games so far at the beginning of the season. You've played a ton of 1-run games that you're either ahead or trailing, and so you have to use your high leverage arms to try to stay in those games. And so you got a wire to wire. Everything was working on Friday.
Ball was in play a lot on Friday. He only struck out 3. He didn't walk anybody, right? So you're talking about a guy who gave up 4 hits, faced 31 batters, and that was it.
It's about as good as it can get. And so to kind of poke fun at you saying how good of a sign is it, because it's a great sign. But I think it's fair to say with 2 starts that you've had the last 2 times through, to do what he did on Friday in the place that he did it tells me he's back.
And we're coming back to this conversation now that they had this meeting with Torey Lovullo in his office, where 4 of the 5 starters that were in that meeting have undoubtedly carried their load since.
Well, right, because even Saturday, right? Even Saturday, Eduardo Rodriguez, 5 1/3, allowed 3 earned runs. That's not bad by any stretch.
No, in Colorado.
Now, for Eduardo Rodriguez this season,
that's bad.
That's bad.
But if you were in a vacuum looking at him last year, I think you and I would both sit down and say, wow, we would really take that from Eduardo Rodriguez.
I would sign up for that, yes. I would have signed up for that last year. So, yeah, to your point, 4 of the 5 starters, and we'll get to the 5th starter here in hour number 2 of the program because he goes tonight. Very important start, I think, for Zac Gallen. 4 of the 5 starters have responded to that meeting and have pitched really well. And this isn't just one turn through now. This is 2 turns through. Merrill Kelly, Michael Soroka, Eduardo Rodriguez. We're going to get Ryan Nelson.
That's a great point, too. It's not one turn.
No, it's not just 5 starts. We've now gone 2 full turns through, plus this rotation since that meeting, and that part of this has been fixed. So, yeah, I think it's fair to say Merrill Kelly doing what he did against the Mets, then going to altitude, right? Having the endurance to be able to go deep into that game, to throw the complete game, first time in his career, and to do what he's done each of the last 2 starts. Again, since the meeting where everybody was challenged, he has responded to the challenge. He's put together 2 of his best starts. He put together a complete game. He's moving himself further and further away from being hurt at the beginning of the year, further and further away from needing that ramp up. I'm comfortable saying here today, Merrill Kelly is back. And the guy that we've seen in May so far is the guy that you signed up for, the guy that you gave the 2-year deal to in the winter, the guy that you need if you're going to stay in this all summer long.
After his last 2 starts, it's not hard to immediately go back to the thought of every time Merrill Kelly hits the mound, you feel like you're going to win the game.
Absolutely. Absolutely, it is fair to think that again after what he did on Friday and what he's done each of his last 2 starts. Now, we're getting some pushback. Our guy Code not happy with us today. Said, I'm not ready to go there just yet. I hope he's back, but you have to consider the competition.
Okay, so I hear you out, Code. I know you played the Rockies, but let's not sit here and say that the Rockies have been all that bad offensively all year long.
Also, can we talk about since you played the Mets, they swept the Tigers. They just took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees over the weekend.
Yeah, they're 5 and
they went 5-1 on the homestand.
Yeah,
they're 10-5 in their last 15, and you're 2 of the 5 losses. So yes, Mets are still a below 500 team. I grant that, but you played them. You're the only team in their last 5 series that they've lost a series to.
And like all the talk about the Dodgers and stuff, you know, they only have scored 40 more runs than what the Rockies have this year. Rockies have scored more runs than the D-backs, the Padres. They've scored more runs than the Phillies,
also,
the Mets. It's this offense
really,
is not that bad, and they play in Coors Field.
Right, to throw a complete game and allow just 1 earned run in Coors Field is impressive. It doesn't matter that the Rockies last year won as few games as they did, lost as many games as they did. It doesn't matter that they are going to be a bad team this year, even though they're better on paper, and they're better so far to start this year. That's still a tough place to do that. Doesn't matter who's in the lineup. It's a tough place to do that. So
I look at that Rockies lineup. It's not that bad.
I'm willing to go there. I'm willing to say he's back. So you know what? If you want to fade me because I'm on a generationally bad run right now of predictions, then so be it. But I'm ready to say it. Merrill Kelly's back. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We got to recap the weekend, our weekend winners. See how well we did next. It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Does LeBron want to play another year, 2 years? How important is maybe going someplace to win another title? Going back to Cleveland, you bookend your career. The money aspect of it, the Lakers with Austin Reeves, it's Luka's team. How do you surround him? What do you surround him with? I thought LeBron did a pretty admirable job. In the playoffs, I thought he played pretty well. Now, there are times when he looks like he's 41, which is understandable. But he's not my lead dog.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KTUS AM 1060.
This is Law Bear. Nothing ruffles my fur more than insurance companies handing injured drivers lowball settlements. Law Bear Auto Accident attorneys fight for every dollar you deserve. Hurry to lawbear.com. That's lawbear.com. The bear has your back.
The Gorillas, live in Phoenix. The Mountain Tour 2026. Performing at Mortgage Matchup Center, Friday, October 23rd. With special guests, Little Sims and Deltron 3030. Get ready to feel good all over again. The new album, The Mountain, is out now. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Is the crew on their way so we can fire up the grill?
Cabrito, arrachera. They're gonna love it.
Better go with birria and carne en su jugo. Classic Jalisco dishes with tradition.
That seasoning is great, but northern Mexican-style meat speaks for itself. Let's make both.
Deal. And to boost the flavor, ice-cold Pepsi. Its sweetness pairs perfectly.
And to go with it, flour tortillas.
And corn ones too. Hey, carne asada deserves Pepsi.
Monument Valley? Check. Grand Canyon? Check. Sedona? Check. Camelback? Check. Think you've seen it all in Arizona? Well, if you haven't been fishing, you haven't seen a thing. From ponds and reservoirs to rivers and lakes, our state has no shortage of ways to cast a line for beginners and pros. And a fishing license is your passport to all of them. Get your license at azgfd.gov and discover a whole new way to see Arizona.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at chooseprimavera.com. That's chooseprimavera.com.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060, Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you. It's time to recap the weekend. We look back at our weekend winners, see how well we did. Now, can I vent for just a second?
Of course you can.
The tripod in here, I'm a little...
Yeah, you had to play with it. You were like...
I'm a little off. Like, it's leaning a little bit. Askew, I think, is the word I'm looking for. I'm a little...
I don't know what's happening in there.
It's been a rough start to the week. Now, I want to fix it, but that feels very dangerous. That feels like a way for the entire thing to come crumbling down.
Listen, the way we've had things fall apart in your studio, this feels like a disaster waiting to happen.
Is that better?
That's better.
Is that better? Let me sit down. No, it still looks, now I'm leaning
this way. You
still
look a little tilted.
Yeah, this is, how's that? That's better. I'm going to leave it there for right now.
What would you consider this music? Is this jazz?
Sure, I guess. When I looked it up, I just typed in award show music, and this is what I got.
I love it.
This is one of our better finds.
Yes, it is.
John
all right.
says I look balanced. Okay, as long as it looks okay. It doesn't feel okay, but as long as it looks okay.
Would you like to start with yours or mine?
Well, you have them all, so you're gonna share them all with the people.
Yes, and we can start with you. Some of your good ones.
Yeah.
We will start with Ronda Rousey.
Oh, I mean, you want to talk about a great performance. 17 seconds is all it took for her to submit Gina Carano, which means a big L for you. Because you were on the other side of me for that.
Yes, I was on Gina Carano, who unfortunately did not do anything.
I will tell you, there are a lot of people that think that the fix was in there for how quickly things went down.
No way, really?
There are some people who are skeptical of that being on the up and up.
Interesting. I'm one of those people.
But we live in a WWE world now where everything's a storyline.
Yeah.
So people think that there may have been some shenanigans.
In the PGA Championship, you had Jason Day. I had Brooks Koepka. None of those things came true.
But
actually, Aaron Rai wins the PGA Championship and is the first Englishman to do so in 107 years.
107. I thought it was 109 years.
107 years. The things about Aaron Rai that are a tad interesting. Too close. Which Doesn't bother me.
I can't remember. I don't think I've ever played with anybody who's worn two gloves.
The iron head covers slightly bother me.
So, okay, wait a second. This is an interesting little peek into the golf mind of producer Evan, because you play a decent amount.
Yes.
The two gloves doesn't bother you.
I've seen people do it before.
But, okay, I'm going to try to appeal to your reason here, right? These are your clubs.
Yes.
These are your tools that make you money. Putting a cover on them to protect them feels like a very smart thing to do.
Yeah, but it's just, you're not traveling. Like, I'll put iron head covers to fly my bag. But outside of that, no. And don't even get me started in general. When I was playing high school golf, nothing worse than somebody out there with a walking cart.
One of the push carts?
One of the push carts.
I love a good push cart.
Not in competition golf. Carry your bag.
No. Agreed. If we're playing like a school event or we're playing, yeah.
Carry your bag. I hated people bringing a push cart.
But if I'm playing, like if you and I went to play, right? And if we got up at 6 o'clock in the morning and it was nice, it was 75 degrees and we knew it wasn't going to get over, 90 to 100, and they offered me one of those push carts, I'd do it.
I think it's fine if you're going out to play in the morning and you can only walk and it's cart path only. All of those things are fine. But if I'm going to play you in a match, carry your bag.
But if we went out and played, it would be considered a match. Because it would be competitive between us.
Yes. No, I understand that. Very different, though.
No, I'm pro the iron.
If you can give somebody a putt,
how about this?
You can bring it.
I'm pro people doing whatever they want. That's my usual stance on things. I as long as you're not bothering me, you're not infringing on what I'm doing, you do whatever you want.
And so the two gloves would have bothered you?
Two gloves don't bother me. Covers on the irons don't bother me. If you want to push cart, go right ahead. That doesn't bother me either. I'm good. I'm good with all of it.
Anyway, Aaron Rai, congratulations, PGA Championship. You had Nolan Arenado.
No. See, what happened on Friday was you misheard me, right? Because I said multi-homer, 2 home runs in a weekend. What I said was Corbin Carroll, and you just wrote it down wrong. That's what happened. You wrote down Nolan Arenado. I said Corbin Carroll.
I was wondering that because Nolan Arenado only had the 2 hits. He was 2 for 8.
Right.
You wouldn't consider him a winner, but
no.
You know what? I'll erase this.
Yeah, you misheard me on Friday.
And this will say Corbin Carroll.
Right. Can't believe
Let's do it.
Can't believe you got that wrong.
That was embarrassing by me.
Yeah.
And your last one was the San Antonio Spurs.
Which that's a win.
That was a win.
So 3 or 4 for me. I got Corbin Carroll, I got the Spurs, and I got Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
Great job by me.
I had Gina, did not win.
That's tough.
I had Brooks, did not win.
That's tough.
D-backs took 2 of 3.
You had that?
I had that.
That's good.
I had the Cavs.
Okay, yep, that worked.
With a huge Game 7
By
win.
the time I could get settled to sit down and watch the game yesterday, it was over.
Yes.
So I just moved on with my evening.
Me and two buddies went out. We found this spot in Scottsdale, El Camino.
Okay.
I don't think we're the first to find it. I don't think we found something.
Right, you were
under
describing
the radar,
it as if it was like this.
Newer to us.
Okay.
Just burger place. It's never that crowded. The burgers are great. And they got TVs on there with game audio. I got no problems with it. And so we went there. Not that expensive. Great place. Check it out. Yeah. We were there till halftime, and we were like, all right, well, this isn't a game anymore. And then my last one is the Canadians, which will come down to tonight.
Game 7. So this is a big one for you tonight.
Yeah, it is. Huge.
Huge, massive.
And I think I'm rooting for Buffalo.
Now that we got to the Game 7?
Yes. You ever have those games where you don't know who you're rooting for until like the puck drops?
You're like, yeah, I want
kicks
Buffalo.
off, and just the people of Buffalo are going to be so fired up tonight.
They are.
So excited for them.
Should be a lot of fun. Hour number 1 of the program in the books. We'll talk about Zac Gallen. The Cardinals start OTAs today. We open up with a little buy or sell. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
This is Michael with Restore My Civil Rights. For many listeners, a criminal record can feel permanent. Thankfully, Arizona law allows convictions to be set aside and civil rights, including Second Amendment rights, to be restored. For the hundreds of listeners we have assisted to date, the results have been life-changing. If you're ready to find out what's possible for yourself or a loved one, we can help. To book a free consultation today, call 855-GUN-RIGHTS or visit RestoreMyCivilRights.com. That's RestoreMyCivilRights.com.
Motley Crue, the return of the Carnival of Sins. September 16th, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. The Crew celebrates the 20th anniversary of Carnival of Sins. Motley Crue, with performances by Tesla and Extreme. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Motley Crue, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
Okay, here we go. Let's talk diamond sourcing. Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As one of 3 diamond sourcing experts, I'm going to explain just how differently we source our diamonds and why that guarantees your engagement ring will be the most beautiful. For starters, there's no middleman. We source directly from trusted industry leaders we've partnered with for generations. We work with them in person and negotiate on our customers' behalf so they get the best prices possible. We also pay our partners in cash, and in return, they reserve the most beautiful diamonds just for us. I handpick and inspect each stone under 10 times magnification. Other jewelers use the Diamond Database to buy stones sight unseen with grainy pictures and videos. When you purchase a diamond engagement ring with Shane Company, you can trust that me and my team have personally handpicked your stone for its unique fire, brilliance, and scintillation. Because a friend goes the extra mile to make sure you get your dream diamond at your dream price. Visit us in-store or at shaneco.com to find yours. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Come see us at Mark Mazda Scottsdale right now. Save on gas and financing with 0% APR for up to 72 months on the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-90 PHEV.
Don't know what to do with your trade? We'll give you a minimum $8,000 for any trade, no matter what shape it's in, as long as it runs based on the actual MSRP. And if $8,000 is the minimum, think what your good trade-in might be worth. Go to markmazdascottsdale.com or come see us at the Scottsdale Auto Show to find out.
The name to remember, Mark Mazda, Mark Mazda.
Meineke always treats your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke's certified technicians will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care. Schedule an appointment at Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
The KDUS AM 1060 app is brought to you by Law Bear Auto Accident Attorneys. Hurry to lawbear.com.
That's lawbear.com. The bear has your back.
Hour number 2 of the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you on a Monday. Doesn't really feel like a Monday.
It really doesn't. I don't know what day it feels like, but it doesn't feel like a Monday.
Well, you've only got 4 days this week.
Yes.
We've got solo Chris on Friday.
Yes.
Just
you
me
are
and
going to go solo.
Me and the listeners hanging out together on a Friday.
Which, was up in the air if you were going to do a solo show Friday. And now you are doing a solo show
solo
Friday.
Chris on a Friday. That's usually when it happens, is on a Friday. Maybe the best show of the week.
Wow, what a dig.
I'm just saying, solo Chris. I sit where you sit. I got all the buttons behind me. I'm in control. I play drops whenever I want. I mean, I do that now anyway, but
you can do all of those things right now.
You're right. I can.
Number 3rd.
I absolutely have that power.
And you don't get buy or sell. So
that's true. That is true. No buy or sell.
I'll be honest with you. I feel like this is really backfiring on you.
What? Because I'm not going to have the hottest sports takes in the Valley?
Correct.
I'm still going to give out my weekend winners. We'll still do that on Friday.
Yeah.
We'll have a full week of OTAs to break down.
Correct.
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. I think it'll be fine.
And then we're no show next Monday.
No show next Monday.
We're off for the holiday.
Yes.
Back on Tuesday.
Correct.
Just want to make sure everybody knows.
That's our plan.
That's the plan.
Zac Gallen will have a bounce-back start tonight.
What are we defining as a bounce?
Hottest takes in the Valley right here. A quality start. 6 innings, 3 runs or less. Yeah.
It pained me to hit that button. It really did. It hurt. I hope you could feel it. How long it took me to push that button. Well, I think this is the inverse of the conversation we were just having about Merrill Kelly, right? I'm willing to say after the 2 starts that I've seen, Merrill Kelly is back. How can I, in good conscience, sit in front of this microphone and tell everybody that Zac Gallen's going to have a good start tonight when his last 3 starts have been as bad as they've been? I wouldn't be, there's not a statistic that I could point to. There's no justification for it. It would just be like a feel thing.
Correct.
So no, everything tells me that this is going to continue to be rough for Zac Gallen. Until you see the signs of it getting better, I think we just we dig ourselves deeper and deeper into the hole.
Kaman Malawach and Rashir Fleming will cement themselves as starters or first or second guys off the bench by the end of next year.
I'm still not sold on the idea that Mark Williams comes back. So there's a world that Malawach is just the starting center. If they trade Royce O'Neal, then I think those minutes will go to Rashir Fleming, and he'll be one of the first 2 or 3 guys off the bench. And they may get to a place where they decide to go Booker, Green, Fleming, Brooks, Malawach is the starting 5.
Booker, Green,
Brooks, Fleming, Malawach.
Yeah.
And you have Gillespie come off the bench. You have Goodwin come off the bench. You have
it's
Oso
not
come
a
off the
crazy
bench.
starting lineup. Like, it's not a crazy belief.
So I do think by the time we get to this time next year, those guys will be in the top 7 of the rotation. Yes.
Corbin Carroll, his 2 home runs yesterday will set him on a hot streak.
Been kind of swinging the bat better in general over the last couple of games. Then he has the 2 home runs.
By the way, those were crushed. The second one hit at 111 miles an hour.
And smoked. No doubters.
No doubt.
The extra 12% helped there.
It did.
But yeah, I'll buy that this starts something for Corbin.
It is one of those things. They just need it.
Well, yeah.
They have no other option. And you knew he was going to come back and start swinging it well again. Sometimes it takes a game like that and go into Coors just to start seeing it better, just to have a better feel in the box.
I mean, let's just go over his last 6 games, right? He went 1 for 2, scored the lone run that won the 1-0 game against Texas. He drew 2 walks. He's drawn a walk in 5 of his last 6 games.
Yeah, that's incredibly impressive.
1 for 3 and a walk in game 2 against Texas. 1 for 2 with 3 walks on Wednesday against Texas. Both of his hits in that series, 2 of his 3 hits in that series were extra base hits. He then goes to Colorado, goes 2 for 5 on Friday, goes 1 for 3 with 2 walks on Saturday, and then 2 for 4, the 2 homers on Sunday. He started the Texas series. His average was sitting at 258. He ended the Rocky series. His average is 278. He's gained 20 points of batting average in the last 6 games.
Yeah. It's everything you need to know. It's everything you need to know. So he's already hot.
I mean, he started the month of May with a batting average of 282. It was at one point as low as, I got to find the low point, 256. And now he's going to potentially build it all the way back up by the time May is over. So, yeah, the 2 home runs will continue a breakout for Corbin.
Love that. Love hearing that. I think they're going to need it, especially in this 13-game stretch.
10 remaining.
10 remaining.
3 down, 10 to go. 2-1 to start. Need 7 more wins, and we'll be happy. Could get them all this week. You just sweep back-to-back series, and you're already there.
Carson Beck will get all the starter reps in OTAs this week.
Do we know how everyone's doing at camp yet? We seen anything on social media? Hit the sounder. Hit the sounder, please.
Oh, man, I was not ready for
Hit the sounder. I'll get the music out of the way for you for the sounder. Need the breaking news sounder, please. 6 minutes ago from Ian Rappaport. I'll get the music back. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett not present as his team begins its first practice of voluntary OTAs. So ask me the take again.
Carson Beck will get every starter rep.
Every starter rep?
Most of them.
Ask me, should he get all the reps?
Should he get all the reps? Beck, and more Beck.
If Jacoby Brissett is actually going to hold out like this, here you go. Here is the roadmap that we outlined a couple of weeks ago for how Carson Beck becomes the starter. He just has to go out there and wow these guys every day because he's the guy that's now going to be front and center of the coaching staff. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because we're going to talk about this in the next segment. So I'll just kind of tease it and then we can get back to it. Mike LaFleur is meeting these guys and working with these guys for the first time. First impressions matter. That's all I'll say.
Yes.
First impressions matter.
Very much.
And there's one quarterback that's going to get a chance to make a really good first impression. We will get to it here in a couple of minutes. We can continue with buy or sell.
Yeah, this is a huge, huge opportunity for Carson Beck. That's it. Like that's. I'm sure we'll talk about it more, but that is the opportunity for a young quarterback that you're waiting on for quite a long time. The Spurs Thunder series is one of the most anticipated Western Conference Finals or conference finals in a long time.
I mean, this is the present and future of the Western Conference on full display. You feel like, at least I do, this is act one of what is going to be a multiple act series between these two teams over the next couple of years.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Somebody else could introduce themselves. Do you remember? This is going to be a really obscure cross-sport reference, but hopefully it makes sense. This is going to be like Nadal Federer.
Okay,
these two teams.
Interesting where you headed with it. I have another one.
At some point, a Djokovic will probably enter the conversation, and it'll be a 3. But for right now, this is Nadal Federer. That's what it feels like we're going to see over the next couple of years between these two teams. So
this is Bills Chiefs.
This is Bills Chiefs. I think that's another great one.
Yeah.
Where you just feel like it's destined every year that they're going to do this at some point in the playoffs. First round, second round, conference finals. They're going to meet up. You see where they're going to cross paths, and you know it's going to be a classic.
And it's one of those things where you probably get to watch 2 of the 3 best players in the sports. You know, obviously Shea's number 1, wherever you would like to put Wemby, whether that's second, third, maybe 4th. But you are watching 2 of the best players in the sport that do it very differently. It's going to be fun to watch. And San Antonio is one of those teams where they're just so young, right? Like, even that game 6, they go into the half up 13. That should have been a 20-point lead. Like, they do little things and they make little mistakes that make them kind of fun to watch at times. And whereas you look at the Thunder, they're just so confident. The pedigree is unbelievable. They are a team that with so much experience, and they just know how to put people away. Like, the minute they go up, it's over. It feels like.
Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you just watch what Indiana did last year, and you think, how? Aaron Rodgers will make the playoffs as a Steeler. Who cares? not going to make the playoffs. Who cares? If you had to pick a team to win that division,
Baltimore.
Interesting. I'll go with the tenured, experienced head coach, Zac Gallen.
Senior member of the division, correct?
Yes.
He's the 3 new coaches in the division and then Zach Taylor.
Correct. I'll go with the senior in the division.
Go with the guy who's been there, knows how to win in the AFC North. Everybody else getting their first taste of it.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers making the playoffs?
Nah, I'm good. The D-backs will be in a wild card spot by the time the trade deadline rolls around.
All right, hold on a second.
And here's why I'm saying that.
Okay.
I can give you my reasoning. The Pirates got swept over the weekend. That offense is starting to come back down to earth. The Reds have really started to struggle. They're back to 1 game over 500. So now you're at a time where you can start to see the Diamondbacks creep up just because the wild card may be falling back to them. I don't think we think the Cardinals are going to compete this long over this extended period of time. So can the D-backs be in a wild card spot by the start of August? So
it's just a lot of teams to pass, right? Like to get into one of the 3 spots, they got to pass 5 teams. That's going to take some time. Like that doesn't happen over a weekend series. You got to play really good baseball for a couple weeks to make that kind of dent, right?
100%.
And so do I think they can pass Washington this week? I do.
I think they could pass Washington this week. And I want to say, took a look at Cincinnati's schedule. You have the Phillies and St. Louis, and then the Mets.
Right, but
that is 3 of the hottest teams in baseball right now.
But you are actually proving my point. Who does Cincinnati play? 2 of those 3 series are against St. Louis and Philadelphia.
Both ahead of you.
Both ahead of the Diamondbacks. So somebody in front of you is going to win a game every day.
Yes.
So that's what makes it really hard to do this. So I think they're going to be in the mix, but I just think it's going to take a while. Buckle up. It's going to be a long season.
I think it's going to be a fun summer, though, because I think you're going to be in the mix.
I agree.
And that'll make it naturally pretty fun. That's all I got for you.
There you have it. We'll buy or sell here on a Monday. We've got a lot to get to here on the other side. OTAs have begun for the Arizona Cardinals, and there is one guy that is not there. We'll talk about it next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
With Kevin Durant out because it is a 7-game series, and we could afford to lose a game. Maybe. I was surprised to see him on the bench. Everyone was surprised. The odds makers were surprised. Who knew that the Houston Rockets without Durant can't find someone to make a bucket? You know, Sengun's a very good player, and in years past, he might have been the guy to try and carry the load, but it didn't look good at all for the Rockets without KD.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's John Holberg here from the Morning Sickness, shilling away for Lifted Trucks. I have not shut up about my Ford Bronco, and there's a reason. It's not just a Bronco. It's a one-of-a-kind Bronco built at Lifted Trucks, and I'm not exaggerating. People walk up to me, total strangers, parking lots, gas stations, lights, breweries. Hey, man, coolest Bronco I've ever seen, they say. And that does not happen with a stock car. That's what Lifted Trucks does. They don't just sell vehicles, they build them. Custom lifts, wheels, paint, interiors, stuff you're not going to see driving around next to you at every stoplight. And it's not just me. My dad saw mine and said, yeah, I'm going to get one of those. And now he's got his own Bronco from Lifted Trucks, custom paint, custom interior. It's lifted up, whole thing. It's beautiful, and it's one of a kind. And it's not just Broncos either. I was there the other day, saw a Ford King Ranch, perfectly matched custom paint, absolutely beautiful. That truck looked like it was already sitting in its forever garage. Here's the best part. They'll ship it anywhere. So it doesn't matter where you are. You can get something built just for you. And if you want something that actually stands out, there's one place to go. LiftedTrucks.com. Work hard, play hard, drive harder.
Stained. Break the Cycle 25th Anniversary Tour. Featuring Seether. Stained. On
October 13th. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. With special guests, Hoobastank and Hinder. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Part of the America First Credit Union Series.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. Golf does something few sports can. It takes the improbable and every so often makes it real. That truth always feels larger at the majors, where the sport's deepest fields and most difficult courses are supposed to favor the game's biggest names. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, the stars everybody expects to own the majors. But occasionally, you find an underdog. This PGA Championship was supposed to belong to the game's elite. Instead, it belonged to Aaron Rai. He came in at plus 17,500 to win the Wanamaker Trophy. By the odds, his path was considered less likely than the Raiders winning the Super Bowl or Michael Penix Jr. taking home the NFL MVP. Absurd, and yet here we are. An incredible four-day stretch highlighted by one improbable putt delivering one of the year's more unexpected finishes. That's the beauty of the game, and it was on full display this weekend at the PGA Championship. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. These days, everybody's searching for ways to save on insurance, scrolling comparison sites, digging through tips, chasing deals. But Liberty Mutual makes it simple. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance to save you money. And when you bundle, those savings really start to come through. It's insurance built for real people with a team that helps you keep what matters most, money. No hassle, just confidence that your coverage is customized with savings in mind. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local independent agent. Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you want, Tire Rack makes it really easy. Fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, and best selection of Yokohama tires. Go to TireRack.com/Dan. See their Yokohama test results, tire ratings, and reviews, and be sure to check out all the special offers. TireRack.com. The way tire buying should be.
ASU baseball begins their run in the Big 12 baseball tournament presented by Allstate right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Sun Devils this Thursday night as they take on Cincinnati. Join the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healy, on the call live from Surprise Stadium in Surprise. It's ASU versus Cincinnati this Thursday night. Pregame at 7:45 p.m. and first pitch at 8 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUSNC.com and the KDUS app.
OTAs begin today for the Arizona Cardinals. And it shouldn't surprise anybody, but Jacoby Brissett is not in attendance for day one of OTAs for the Arizona Cardinals. We knew that he has asked for a new deal. He wants a contract extension. He wants to be paid like a starter in the NFL because he reportedly has been told that he is QB1 for this team and feels like his current contract situation does not match the reality on the ground. That is, he is this team's starting quarterback for week one of the regular season. He wants his paycheck to mirror that reality. And so this was anticipated. It was reported that he was going to hold out until a new contract was signed. So today occurring is not a shock, right? This isn't something that was unexpected. We knew that Jacoby Brissett was going to be a holdout, but this needed to happen today to open up the door for what we think is a pathway for Carson Beck to be the week one starter for the Cardinals. And I don't want to speak for producer Evan because he has his own microphone. He can turn it on and tell me if he's wrong here or if I'm wrong here. But I think this show believes that Carson Beck should be the week one starter.
Carson Beck needs to be the week one starter.
Okay. So this happening today helps us get to that place.
The only way you can get to Carson Beck being the week one starter, and you hear this story a lot, when you have these non-first round quarterbacks come into camp, sometimes they don't get enough reps.
Mm-hmm.
You saw it last year, specifically in New Orleans. It didn't feel like Tyler Shuck got a lot of reps in the beginning of training camp because they were getting Rattler ready, another younger quarterback that you had to get into the season. So Tyler Shuck fell on the back burner a little bit, and then they turned it over to him later in the year. He was not ready, and he looked bad in preseason because of it. Carson Beck getting these reps is invaluable to him learning the offense, to him adjusting to what the NFL game is like. I know it's not playing a game, but it is prepping at the NFL level that does differ from the collegiate level. And he will get a feel for that early, and getting those reps and getting your hands on the offense in real time is going to give him a significant advantage compared to other younger quarterbacks that are coming in with a legitimate starter who's showing up every day.
By Jacoby Brissett not showing up, there is opportunity every single day. And again, Jacoby Brissett told the Cardinals, I'm not showing up to any voluntary workout. So these are voluntary. He doesn't have to be there. But it is an opportunity every single day for Carson Beck to impress. And so now what I'm looking forward to is every day, I want to know how Carson Beck looks. I want to know how the snap counts are divvied up between Carson Beck and Gardner Minshew. Those are going to be the data points that tell us if this is a real possibility. If we get report after report, Carson Beck's taking more of the snaps with the ones. If we get report after report, Carson Beck looked good again today. Carson Beck did this. Carson Beck did that. If we see social media clip after social media clip of Carson Beck making good throw after good throw, you now have opened the door for the momentum to take over and for Carson Beck to have a real serious chance come training camp, come the preseason, to win this job.
100%.
Now, he has to look good starting today.
Yes.
He's got to do it. But to your point, none of it can happen unless he's getting enough reps to impress. He now has a pathway to get enough reps to impress here in OTAs because Jacoby Brissett is going to hold out until he gets a new deal. So he missed today. He's going to miss tomorrow. He's going to miss every single date on the calendar that is a voluntary OTA for the Cardinals until a new contract is signed. Now, if you're the Cardinals, you kind of want this taken care of pretty quickly because you want Jacoby Brissett with his new head coach and you want that first impression to be there and you want them to develop that relationship.
You're convinced he's your week one starter. And that's the question. How convinced are you that he's your week one starter? Is that Jacoby's our guy? Or is that, hey, we're going with Jacoby no matter what? Even if we don't, even if we think Carson's ready, we're going to send Jacoby out there. Or is it, we think Jacoby's the best option right now? Whatever that conversation is, you need to know now.
Here's the other part of this. He'll never admit to this because he's a good teammate. This holdout's the best thing Carson Beck could have asked for.
Yes.
This is great news for Carson Beck because he's going to get opportunity.
And he won't, guess what? He won't say that now.
No.
But if this thing works out, you're going to see on a podcast in 2 years. Yeah, when I got to Arizona, Jacoby held out. I got all the OTA reps, and it was hugely beneficial for me. It may be 4 years down the line we hear that, but I would guarantee if this thing works out and you see Carson Beck on some kind of podcast, he'll talk about this very moment.
And again, nothing wrong with Jacoby Brissett wanting to do this. I think it's interesting that a quarterback that went 1-11 last year is holding out for a new contract, right? And we know he's not really in the plans long-term after this season. But he is well within his rights to hold out and pull this lever that we see players pull all the time. We'll see if the gamble pays off for him. And for him, every minute that he is not out there that Carson Beck is, and every minute that Carson Beck impresses, is another mark for we should start Carson Beck week one of the regular season. Because I want the most amount of time to see what Carson Beck has to offer. And if Jacoby Brissett's going to hold out because if it's a tie, right? If it's close, we thought that the tie would go to the veteran. Tie would go to Jacoby Brissett if it's close, right?
100%.
Jacoby Brissett not showing up and giving Carson Beck opportunity after opportunity to impress is a way that it's no longer a coin flip. Because if he impresses over and over and over again, and trust me, he's a rookie, he's going to have bad days. But if the overwhelming feeling is this dude is ready, this dude can start right now. He's got a handle on the offense. He understands what we're trying to do. Him and LaFleur are just working together. They're on the same page. Every day that that's happening, that Jacoby Brissett isn't out there, is another day that moves us closer to it not being a coin flip when the Cardinals make that decision.
Yeah.
And that is where it's advantage Carson Beck.
And I think that getting to the coin flip, I don't think it's a coin flip today.
No, I think it's overwhelming Jacoby Brissett today.
I think if he can work it to that point, let's say they get out of OTAs and they feel like it's 30%, not even a coin flip. What's a couple good preseason games do for him?
Again, right now, Jacoby Brissett is going to be the week 1 starter. I'm not convinced that things have changed. All I'm saying is we think that Carson Beck starting week 1 may be better for this team to be able to figure out what they have in him. And if that's going to happen, today was step 1. This is part of that process to allowing that to happen. By the way, Mateo Mackey's tweeting from OTAs.
Okay.
Jeremiah Love getting some work at the kickoffs in OTAs.
Oh, no.
Getting some work fielding kickoffs on the first day of OTAs. Just your thoughts on that real quick before I throw it to break?
I have 2 things real quick.
Okay.
Can I get both in before break?
Yeah, please.
That is, you want to know how bad organizations stay bad? You draft a running back 3rd overall, and you say, you know what he should do for us? Return kicks. That's as bad, by the way. Do you remember when Jamison Williams obviously came back from his torn ACL for the Lions? Do you remember his first NFL snap, what it was?
Didn't he fumble a kickoff?
No. His first snap was as a gunner on the punt team. Horrible. This is so bad. And then I wanted to get to Michael's comment over on the YouTube. Rookie coach isn't putting his job on the line for a rookie quarterback.
Mike LaFleur's job is not on the line.
Mike LaFleur's job is not on the line this year. But you know whose is Monty Ossenfort's.
Yep.
And so the question becomes, does your head coach and your GM put together who starts, or does that solely revolve around the coach? Because if it solely revolves around the coach, then I think you get more Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Because Mike LaFleur knows Jacoby Brissett isn't his long-term answer. The quicker he gets to his long-term answer, the better chance he has of keeping his job. If he gets 3 years in and doesn't have an answer at quarterback, now his job is on the line. He won't have an answer even if Jacoby plays well this year.
Correct. And this is why Monty being on the hot seat makes me think that it's Jacoby Brissett starting no matter what. That's always been the thing that has stopped me from thinking that Carson Beck will be the week 1 starter. I think he should be. But the thing that's stopping him from being the week 1 starter is Monty is, I think, on a different timeline than everybody else.
Yeah, and again, Michael kind of came back. It will be if he thinks a rookie quarterback can win him games. It's almost not about winning. They didn't win one more than one game with Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby could look great and they may not win. So my point saying that he needs an answer, the hardest position to play in sports, the hardest position to find the answer in is quarterback. Coaches who succeed in this league find their quarterback and do it early. You need to be able to have an answer at quarterback within the first 3 years. If you don't have that, it's really hard to succeed. Not saying there aren't guys who do it. Kevin O'Connell has succeeded using a plethora of quarterbacks. It's really hard to do.
Right. And I think overall, Michael, I would agree with you that it doesn't feel very likely that Carson Beck is going to start week 1, right? I agree with you that doesn't feel very likely because Mike LaFleur is going to want to get off to a good start. Monty is going to want to win games. But we cannot ignore the possibility of Carson Beck can impress enough in OTAs and in training camp to force a conversation. And that's what we're saying. If that's going to happen, it required Jacoby not showing up to OTAs today like it was rumored and reported that he was going to not show up today. It now requires Carson Beck to ball out here over the next couple of weeks and to ball out in training camp to make Mike LaFleur think, I can win games with this guy.
Yeah, don't look at it as just because Jacoby didn't show up, it gives Carson Beck the advantage.
It does not.
It gives him an opportunity to gain an advantage if he plays well. He doesn't have the advantage just because he showed up and Brissett didn't. He needs to play well. and he's going to have opportunities to do so to gain an advantage.
And again, if Monty wasn't here and they made the Carson Beck pick, I think it's very likely that he's the week 1 starter. Very likely. Because there's no pressure to win. We got to get this right. We got to build this up. But for me, I want to see as much of Carson Beck as I can. I used the 65th pick on him. I do not want to wait until the final 6 games of the season to see what I have. I want a larger sample size.
Especially with next year's class of quarterbacks coming out.
Right. And so a way of doing that is for him to start right away. For him to start right away, he has to impress. For him to impress, he needs opportunity. Today, the first step for him to potentially getting that opportunity. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. When we come back, the Diamondbacks start a series tonight with the San Francisco Giants, and it'll be Zac Gallen on the mound. What do we need to see from him tonight? That's next, a lunch break. KDUS, AM 1060.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
Hurt in a crash? Now you're in pain, missing work, and your car's out of commission. Call the accident attorneys at Sweet James. They help you get medical care, handle your case, and fight for the money you may need to get your life back. Pay nothing until they win. Get a free case review at 800-9-MILLION, 800-900-0000, and sweetjames.com.
Just call Sweet James at 1-800-9-MILLION. Just call Sweet James. Your accident attorneys.
You're invited to a very special evening with Boz Scaggs, live in concert. Rhythm Review Tour 2026. Boz Scaggs performing all the hits and more for one night only. Live at Mesa Arts Center, Saturday, September 26th. Boz Scaggs, live in Mesa, Arizona. Get tickets now at mesaartscenter.com.
When you hear crunch, whine, boing, Alaskan AC will arrive to fix it in less than 24 hours from the first crunch, whine, boing. No matter what kind of crunch, whine, or boing your AC is making, we fix it on your schedule.
That's huge. We guarantee to be there in 24 hours or less, or the repair is free.
We not only get there fast, we Polar Bear promise we'll get the job done right. We believe you deserve fresh air free of humidity in every room of your home, and you should never hear crunch, whine, boing. If you do, call Alaskan AC, and we guarantee we'll be there in under 24 hours. If we don't make it, your repair will be free.
No matter how big the crunch,
boing, or whine.
Wait, I thought I was whine.
You're crunch. I'm crunch. You're boing. I don't think I'm boing. Gary's more of a boing than me.
William is crunch.
Schedule now and tell us who boing is. Only at AlaskanAC.com.
In Arizona, we expect big things. The Grand Canyon, wide open skies. And now there's Jumbo Buck Scratchers from the Arizona Lottery. They're bigger than big. They're jumbo. They've got jumbo prizes up to $1 million, jumbo bonus multipliers, and a jumbo promotion with $2 million in Players Club prizes with a grand prize of $1 million. So go for big, go for jumbo, and play Jumbo Buck Scratchers today. Arizona Lottery. Love the play.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Drivers, start your engine! The MPP IndyCar Series is back.
at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500.
White flag is in the hands of Aaron Lycan. Alex Below sweeps underneath that white flag and darts his way into turn number 1. Erickson, though, charging into the shorts.
Now, stay tuned for the greatest spectacle in racing, live Sunday, May 24th.
Starting at 8 a.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and the KDUS app.
Series starting tonight for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're going to see a lot of this team over the next couple of weeks. 3-game series starting tonight against San Francisco. They'll see the same team in San Francisco next Monday for 3, and it will be Zac Gallen. Did you see who's pitching for the Giants tonight?
Robbie Ray,
old
correct?
friend Robbie Ray going for the Giants tonight. Zac Gallen and Robbie Ray. Zac Gallen coming off of, how do I want to describe this? A rough stretch over his last 3 games.
It's very kind of you.
He's given up 17 runs. He's given up 14 earned runs over his last 3 starts. 4 2/3, the 4 earned runs allowed against Texas. 6 innings, 4 earned runs allowed against Pittsburgh. 3 2/3, 6 earned runs allowed against Chicago. 4 home runs allowed in his last 3 starts. He's given up 19 hits in his last 3 starts. His ERA on the season sits at 5.02. It has not been good for Zac Gallen to start this season, or I should say the last couple of times out. So with that being said, what do you need to see tonight from Zac Gallen for you to believe again? Is there anything? Is there anything that Zac Gallen can do tonight that would make you buy back in? And maybe these are questions best directed at myself. Maybe these are questions best suited for me to answer. If there's anything that he can do to win me back over, because I've been a Zac Gallen fan for a long time. And I think the sad part is the answer is no. The answer is no, because if Zac Gallen is great tonight, I'll use producer Evan's word. Would you be floored? Would you be floored if Zac Gallen went out there tonight against the Giants and threw 6+ scoreless innings?
Not at all.
You wouldn't be surprised, right? You wouldn't be floored
Not
by
whatsoever.
it. Yes, he's been struggling as of late, but he's had great performances in the past. He's been a great pitcher in the past. He's been a great pitcher this season. So him putting together a start where he goes 6 or 7, allows 2 runs or fewer, has a quality start, that would not floor you. So that's the problem, is he can do that, and it wouldn't change the overall feeling about his season. He could do that tonight, and you would still be worried that the other shoe would drop the next time he goes out there. We said Merrill Kelly is back because it's been 2 good starts in a row. It's been 2 great starts in a row. And the track record recently has been better for Merrill Kelly than it's been for Zac Gallen. So 1 start's not going to change my mind. Now, I want to see him pitch well because the other 4 starters in the rotation have responded to Torey Lovello's meeting with the pitching staff. So I want Zac Gallen to show that response. I want Zac Gallen to keep the ball rolling. Tonight's an important game. Every single one of these games against the Giants and Rockies, very important. You got to get to 9 wins. 9-4, 10-3, right? You're at 2 right now. Got to still get there. And Zac Gallen, let me just look at this real quick. He's probably going to make a couple starts here in this stretch, at least 2. So these are important games. These are games that the Diamondbacks need to win. You're going to get Gallen tonight and then Gallen on Saturday. He's going to pitch twice in this upcoming 10-game stretch. Twice in this 13-game gauntlet for this team that they need to go 9-4. So Zac Gallen needs to pitch better tonight. The sad part is he can pitch better tonight, and it's not going to change my overall feeling.
Because he's had these spots of really good starts in the last 2 years.
How about this year? Started the year great.
It's just not going to make me think he's going to be consistent. It's just not going to make me believe that next time out he could be really bad. It's against a really lackluster offense, a far worse offense than the Rockies have. There's so many things that make me so frustrated in Zac Gallen's season to this point. And I just don't think one start would say, okay, he's calming down.
I'll tell you what.
Because Merrill Kelly's bad starts felt like he just wasn't healthy, didn't have a spring training, and it's okay. Zac Gallen had all those things. Zac Gallen was the opening day starter and new. And this isn't something we haven't seen before. Merrill was a little unexpected. For Zac, are you surprised he's been bad this year?
No, I'm not surprised that he struggled.
I'm not surprised at all.
And that's why I don't even think two good starts in a row, like for Merrill Kelly, we just talked about now in number one. I don't think 2 starts in a row would make me feel like Zac Gallen's turned the corner.
Not at all.
I would need a good month.
Yes. You would need a really good month.
I like a really good month.
An under 3.5 ERA month.
Now, he did that in April. He had a 2.19 ERA in April.
How many starts?
He made in April 5 starts. 5 starts and had a 2.19 ERA.
I could see that again.
Right.
You feel pretty good.
You'd feel better.
I just don't know if he can give you that. And I be honest? I don't need him to be a 2.19 guy.
No.
I need him to be a 3.5 guy consistently.
Well, and
you're never going to get that.
And that's why what is so worrying about this 3-game stretch for him is it's looked like he's lost. Like it looks like it's broken.
And, John over on the YouTube asked, who's consistent? Even Skeens got beat? Yes. But I'm saying what? The best pitchers in the league. Who are some of the best pitchers that are going to – let's just bring up.
Well, okay, Skeens was brought up. I'll look at Skeens' number.
90% of his starts, you feel like they have a chance to win? 95?
Okay.
Yesterday, he gave up 5.
So Skeens made the one bad start to begin the year against the Mets, where his ERA was a 67.5 because he gave up 5 earned runs in 2/3 of an inning. Okay. In April, his ERA was 1.62. Okay. He gave up 5 runs yesterday against the Phillies, right? His ERA for the month of May through 3 starts is still, this includes yesterday, 2.14. That's what we're talking about.
And that's my point is, yes, he's one of the best in baseball. That's almost a bad example. We are talking, in all seriousness, about a guy who could give up 7 runs tonight or could give you 6 scoreless.
Right. Skeens, you pretty much know what you're going to get most nights.
You are shocked when Skeens gives up the 5 to the Phillies.
Floored.
You were floored yesterday. And he got some bad luck. Like the Phillies didn't hit balls hard until later after they had scored a couple runs. Also, in the 5th inning in that game, it was 0-0, and the Pirates still had a chance to win. I don't know. There are 50%, if not 60% of the starts Zac Gallen gives out, you don't have a chance to win. That's the end-all be-all.
You want to see a good start tonight. You want Zac Gallen to put this 3-start stretch behind him. You want to see him get back to what allowed him to have a month in April where he had a sub 2.5 ERA. But that's not going to be enough. He's going to have to do it over and over and over again. But if he struggles again tonight, this is the big thing. If he struggles again tonight, you got to consider making a change. You have to consider putting somebody else in that spot. Now, I don't know who it's going to be because Brendan Pfaadt's now not a candidate. I don't know who it's going to be. And that probably leans you to think that he's just going to stay in there for right now. But you got to consider it. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've also got you the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. And John just said it over there. Still, with the stuff that Zac has had in the past, you just never know. And that's what makes him so frustrating. That's what makes the whole thing so frustrating. When we come back, we got the leftovers. I got a full list of the Cardinals who were not at day one of OTAs. We'll get to it all in the leftovers. We'll do it next. The lunch break. KDUS, AM 1060.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Does LeBron want to play another year, 2 years? How important is maybe going someplace to win another title? Going back to Cleveland, you bookend your career. The money aspect of it. The Lakers with Austin Reeves. It's Luka's team. How do you surround him? What do you surround him with? I thought LeBron did a pretty admirable job. In the playoffs, I thought he played pretty well. Now, there are times when he looks like he's 41, which is understandable. But he's not my lead dog.
Weekdays, 6 to 9 a.m. on KTUS AM 1060.
Injured in a car wreck? Lawbear Auto Accident Attorneys will go full grizzly to protect your rights. Shut down the lowball insurance offers and recover every dollar you deserve. Hurry to lawbear.com. That's lawbear.com. The bear has your back.
Chicago Sticks, the Windy Cities Tour. Finally, two iconic bands together for the first time. September 1st, Mortgage Matchup Center. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Chicago and Sticks. All the hits, your kind of tour.
Hello, everybody. Eric Bryan, owner of Precision Air and Plumbing. Our strongest offer of the year is back. For a limited time only, get 50% off a new AC unit. That's half off a new air conditioning unit. And with Precision, you're not just getting a great price, you're getting it installed the right way by the #1 ranked company in the state. Plus, 5 years, 0% interest makes it even easier. Call 602-FIX-MY-AC and make the Precision decision today.
Precision decision with Precision Air.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a diamond sourcing expert, I'll tell you just how differently we source our diamonds so your engagement ring can be the most beautiful. We work directly with our diamond partners who reserve the best stones just for us. We handpick and inspect each diamond, then negotiate the best price. At Shane Company, we believe this is the only way to properly buy a diamond because a friend goes the extra mile to make sure you get your dream diamond at your dream price. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Come see us at Mark Mazda Scottsdale. Right now, you can receive 0% financing for up to 72 months on some of Mazda's most popular models, like the brand new 2026 Mazda CX-90 PHEV.
The name to remember? Mark Mazda, Mark Mazda.
Every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. is MMA Friday on the Sports Zoo with official UFC ranker Scott Lewis, brought to you by RTO Sullivan's, your home for every UFC event. The Sports Zoo is the only show in the Valley that gives you 1 full hour of MMA every week, featuring Scott Lewis's official UFC ranking changes, fight predictions for every weekly event, shocking MMA stories, and more. So tune in every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. and then head to RTO Sullivan's every Saturday to watch the fights. Go to RTOSullivans.com for a location near you.
All right, back here on the lunch break, wrapping up today's edition of the show. Got the leftovers, all the stories we didn't get to here today. As we do that, Teo Mackey, who covers the Cardinals for the Arizona Republic, put out a list of the full Cardinals absences of day one of the voluntary OTAs. Jacoby Brissett, Trey Benson, Christian Jones, Tip Ryman on the offensive side. On the defensive side, it is Baron Browning, Josh Sweat, Garrett Williams, Carson Sherrar, LJ Collier, and Walter Noel. And not all of these are holdouts, but those are just the guys that are not there for one reason or another. And Gardner Minshew was working with the Cardinals offense.
First team. Interesting.
And by the way, James Conner working on the side with the trainers. Tip Ryman was there. He was just on the side in street clothes, so he wasn't participating. So just some of the updates from camp. So make sure you follow all the guys out there who are doing a great job covering what's going on there at camp.
I have a vacation for us. And let me do the math here.
Oh, boy.
The Super Bowl LXIV, so 65? 64.
Okay.
Nashville.
Whoa.
Just announced.
You may go to that one.
That's one you circle. Carson Beck at the helm. Jeremiah Love taking on the AFC champion Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen gets to his first. Actually, no, who we can. The Arch Manning-led Cardinals. Arch gets his first in Nashville. We'll be there. Your thoughts?
The Arch Manning-led Cardinals. Is that what you just said?
Yes.
You know what you just did now, right?
What?
He's going to appear out of nowhere in the chat.
Yeah, he might.
Just going to hit us with the eyeball emoji.
He might.
I'll take the under on.
Anyway, that's awesome that it's in Nashville. Going to be a great venue for that.
Yeah, I'll just take the under on Arch Manning Cardinals being there.
I don't know if this, let me read a little into this story. I want to say this is their first time hosting.
Nashville?
This will be the first time the Music City would host a Super Bowl event showcasing the Titans' new stadium, which is expected to open next year, obviously. So, congratulations to the Titans. They'll be hosting a Super Bowl. Urban Meyer loses his grievance over his firing, saving the Jaguars $30 million.
Sorry, say that one more time. What was that? What was that
Urban
number?
Meyer filed a grievance with the Jaguars for wrongful termination.
Okay, how'd that work out for him?
He lost. And his contract will not be paid out.
Wow. Shocked that that's how that went down.
You mean to tell me he wasn't really good over there?
He was not great, no.
It went poorly. Another NFL announcement. Minneapolis will host the NFL draft. I don't know where they'll do it in Minneapolis other than the stadium. It's going to be freezing.
Just remember, there was a time when the draft was always held in New York City every year.
Yes.
And now it's the traveling circus that it is. I mean that with the utmost respect. But now it's a traveling circus. The NFL took way too long to get to this place.
I went with my dad in Philadelphia when I was in high school. And it was a great event. We had a great time. We took the train in. And it's so cool that you can kind of just stand wherever for the most part. Like there are some seats, but then after that, it's just kind of a concert venue that has, grass.
Right.
It's like getting a lawn seat. It's really cool. Tonight, we got two big games. We'll start with the Game 7. Canadian Sabres head to Game 7, and they will play in Buffalo tonight.
I like Buffalo in this one.
So do I. I'm picking against my weekend winner. I think I'm taking Buffalo at home. Even though they haven't been great at home this playoffs, which is very interesting. They've been better on the road. But I still like them tonight at home. I think that place is going to be rocking. I think it's going to be tons of fun. And that'll be a really fun series to see them, or whoever wins, see them play Carolina. Because Carolina, to this point, has looked like a wagon. They are 8-0, getting to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Them in Colorado, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Feels like a collision course.
And that Western Conference Finals.
Vegas and Colorado.
That one's going to be interesting, too.
Both hockey and basketball, the Western Conference Finals are pretty good.
And then the Western Conference Finals in basketball starts tonight. That will be Spurs at Thunder tonight. I can check where that is playing. I want to say it's also on Prime Video. I'll give it. No, it's on NBC tonight. 5:30 start on NBC
and Peacock.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have to go double screen tonight.
What's nice though is you'll have that Montreal Buffalo game finishing up. Not finishing up, like towards halftime of the San Antonio Oklahoma City game.
Oh, okay. I thought you were referring to halftime of the hockey game. Like, there's no halftime.
No, because it starts an hour earlier. So around halftime of the basketball game, you should be kind of seeing the end of the third period in the hockey.
By the way, because you've been living vicariously through me, it might come to an end tomorrow in the soccer world. It's a big loss over the weekend, and now if Spurs win tomorrow, it's over. Or draw. If they draw or win tomorrow, it's over. So I just thought I'd give you that update.
That's Tottenham?
Tottenham, yeah. If Tottenham win or draw tomorrow, West Ham goes down, and I'll be a sad guy the rest of the week.
No, we got a chance tomorrow.
That's going to do it for us. Jim Rome's coming up next. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Everybody, have a great rest of your Monday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.